Zoroastrianism was and is a monotheistic religion derived from the writings of Zoroaster, a Persian man that had a very legendary, if not exaggerated, history. Zoroaster began his religious career as a magus, which were priests that served the religious needs of whatever religion was popular at the time. When he was 20, he departed from his other magi, one of those two, to seek out religious truth. For 10 years he wandered until he supposedly had a religious vision from Ahura Mazda, which is the Zoroastrian main and only god. For 10 more years he continued wandering, attempting to get converts, but inevitably being driven out of most areas for his ideas. Finally, when he was 40, he persuaded a powerful king named Vishtaspa in eastern Iran to follow Zoroastrianism, and his whole court followed after the king. Zoroastrianism spread like wildfire throughout eastern Iran. Religious warfare followed afterwards when Vishtaspa tried to use military force to get converts, and Zoroaster was believed to have died in a battle when he was 77 years old. As I explain Zoroastrianism, I will compare it to modern Christianity. While not religious myself, I was brought up in the Sunday school, and while researching Zoroastrianism, I could not help but notice similarities and also differences between the two. For the first and most important point, both Christianity and Zoroastrianism are technically monotheistic. Ahura Mazda is the main and technically only god in Zoroastrianism, even though he has many manifestations. The two most important ones include the Spensa Mainyu and the Angra Mainyu, the truth and the lie. Truth, Spensa Mainyu, was seen as all that was good and light. Angra Mainyu, on the other hand, was the force of darkness, evil, and lies. Both were manifests of the main god, since Ahura Mazda was seen to be everything in the universe, including the bad and the base things as well as the good things. On the other hand, Christianity represents Spenta and Angra Mainyu as two separate entities, God himself and Lucifer, or the devil. In this way, God is only the good in life, according to Christian beliefs, while Lucifer represents going rogue and falling from heaven to tempt and destroy mankind. In Zoroastrianism, certain gods that used to be worshipped before Zoroastrianism became the main religion were cast away and called the Deva, or false gods, similarly to how Satan and his assorted demon minions are cast away as corrupters of man. In addition to all this, both Zoroastrianism and Christianity have a heaven and a hell. In Zoroastrianism, if a man listened to the Spensa Mainyu and was a good, honest man, he lived in eternal paradise, which had no name. Similarly, as if an altruistic Christian man today is a moral, good person, he will, under his belief system, go to heaven. Evil liars, both in Christianity and Zoroastrianism, descend into hell, which is seen as a place of eternal torture and misery. Zoroastrianism is based on writings by Zoroaster, the Avesta. While similar to the Bible in that it is a piece of literature passed down as oral tradition until written down by generous souls, it claims to come exclusively from Zoroaster and, in consequence, Ahura Mazda himself. The Bible, on the other hand, has writings from many sources and people over the course of a long period of time. Christianity has rituals, the same that Zoroastrianism did. In Christianity, most sects take communion, baptize children, have special services during specific times of the year, and so on. Some sects differ, but it is usually the same. In Zoroastrianism, fire rituals were common, as Ahura Mazda was seen as both a fire, sun, and light god. Some rituals included basically getting high off local plant life and sacrificing a bull, roasting it, and enjoying a barbecue. Jesus and Zoroaster themselves are very similar, but also different. Jesus and Zoroaster are both purveyors of their God's word and religious beliefs, but in Christianity, Jesus is viewed as God's son himself, while in Zoroastrianism, Zoroaster was simply a respected sagely prophet. Zoroastrianism and its tradition was the precursor to Judaism and Christianity, and still survives in the Middle East and parts of India today. Overall, Christianity and Zoroastrianism share a lot of core beliefs, such as the fact that they're monotheistic, but also differ in several different ways, such as the Bible and the Avesta, and even Zoroaster and Jesus themselves.